Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Bernie here. And as you can see right now, I have the box and the GH6 and its accessories because I'm about to pack all these and list them to be sold. You know, I was thrilled when it was announced back in February 2022. So it will be 2 years now in March since I bought it. Overall, it's been a great camera and I have used this one a couple of times for filming weddings and other personal videos. You know, the Lumix GH6 produces astonishing image quality and is packed with features from 10-bit 4:2 4K images to the incredible 4K 120 FPS capability, which I have tested and compared to the FX30. Its IBIS or in-body image stabilization is the best I have seen, outperforming even my other Lumix cameras such as the GH5 and G9. And also, the Sony FX30, which I'm using right now. Additionally, it offers the open gate mode, allowing you to crop in post without scaling up. It could either be 16:9 or vertically, which is recording the entire full 4:3 aspect ratio in 5.8K mode, 5760 wide and 4320 tall. It has a different name though, when looking for the settings on the GH6, and it's called the anamorphic mode. You know, the Lumix GH6 also has a shutter angle feature, which doubles whatever frame rate you choose. This is very helpful if you keep changing the frame rate and don't have to mess with the shutter speed. So mistakes of choosing an incorrect shutter speed to match a particular frame rate will no longer happen. It's one of my favorite features on the GH6. And you know what, Good thing that it will finally be added to the Sony FX30 come September. Anyway, the features I just mentioned make the GH6 the most feature-rich camera in my collection, hands down, and there's no question about that. Alright, so why would I sell it in the first place given all its positive qualities? So first is that the body design is huge and heavy. Look at this one. Coming from the GH series, I find it uncomfortably large. You know, I got pampered by the small form factor of the GH5 and the G9, and they were the right size that fit my hands perfectly. But this GH6, unfortunately, not. You know, the G9 most importantly was the best to handle until the Sony FX30 came. You know, the FX30 dethroned the Lumix G9 in that department. So, while I understand the need for a larger body due to the built-in fan, I have come to not use the camera and instead just pick either the GH5 or G9 as my backup camera. Alright, moving on now to the next reason is that the autofocus on this camera disappoints me. Yes, I'm used to using DFD on my other Lumix cameras but only utilize the single focus feature ever since because of how unreliable it is if I choose continuous autofocus. You know, to tell you the truth, whenever I use the GH6, there's always this doubt on my mind and question if it will ever work, this one right here, or if it will be accurate and reliable. Instead of focusing on the content I'm filming, I still have to think about if I'm in focus or not. So it worries me every time I use it for talking head videos. You know, like in this example, this was filmed on a GH6 and notice the pulsating or hunting effect whenever I move my head. Sometimes it's very minimal, sometimes you will notice it right away, and it's annoying that it happens a lot with this camera. Despite improvements when you compare it to the GH5 and tweaking of the autofocusing feature in camera, it still struggles. To put it into perspective, my iPhone 15 performs better. It's nearly as good as the FX30. I just set it to auto on the Blackmagic camera app and it works all the time. I was actually surprised at how reliable and good the autofocus is on the iPhone 15. Alright, number 3 is that I have issues with the quality of vlog. You know, at first I was so excited to learn that it's included out of the box. I was disappointed to find out that it produces an orange tint. That was always the case every time I film using the photo style vlog. You know, in contrast, the S-Log3S-Gamma3.Cine on the Sony FX30 requires little to no adjustment at all and already delivers impressive results. I just add my favorite phantom LUTs, then adjust the contrast a bit, and I'm all set. Alright, number 4 is that I don't use most of the GH6's video features, including the 5.8K 12-bit ProRes RAW using a compatible external SSD and Blackmagic RAW to a Blackmagic Design external recorder. And to use the Blackmagic RAW, firmware must be updated to version 2.3. You know, unfortunately, many of the features go to waste, including the open gate feature, and I'm unable to fully utilize the camera's potential. Alright, finally, I have come to realize that I don't need a GH6 at all. Yeah, because I find myself reaching for my GH5 and G9 more often, as they still provide excellent image quality. Not only that, the files are easy to work with, and I'm only using Cinelike D as my main photo style and never had issues with it. You know, I didn't have to use Vlog at all since I am happy with the result of using Cinelike D all the time. I have filmed lots of weddings and other projects using both cameras, and they have served me well. Alright, and after selling this one, I plan to save the money for now and wait to see if Sony will announce another cinema camera within my budget. And I just hope that if I list the GH6 on eBay, that it won't be long before someone take the plunge of buying the camera. Also, I may invest it in the A6700 as a B camera to complement my FX30, as I'm gradually building my Sony gear, including lenses and accessories. For now, I have the iPhone 15, which I'm now using as a B camera for talking head videos and overhead shots. I am happy that it has one of the most important features that I'm looking for in a camera, and that's the reliable autofocusing system. Yes, I have learned my lesson. Maybe I rushed into the purchase, convincing myself that I needed it, when in reality I should have waited for the best camera that would fit my needs and workflow. Now it's time to fully move on and embrace the Sony APS-C ecosystem after using and experiencing the FX30. Alright, so how about you? Are you in a similar situation, and do you own both the FX30 and the GH6? Are you keeping both or parting with one? Why? And why not? And by the way, which camera? If so, let me know in the comment section below and let's discuss. Alright, that's about it for this video. This is Bernie, and until the next one, time to pack this up. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.